If when you're developing your budget, you realize that your budget does not have an account code that you need, you are able to add a new account code into your budget worksheet. To do so, scroll down underneath the worksheet to the section called Account/Program Code Lookup. This gives you 5 new rows where you can add account codes each time. If you know the account code that you need to add, you can simply type it in right here. For the proposed budget, add the amount of budget that you would like to associate with this account. For this example, I'm going to choose $1,000. So if you know the account code and the amount of budget, simply type those in and then click Post to add them into your new budget. You'll get some green check marks stating that a new account has been added. And if you scroll back to your worksheet, we can see that we do have a new account here, 771004 Food Products. And here's the $1,000 that we added into our proposed budget. A couple things to keep in mind are to make sure that the expenses that you're adding are allowable in the type of fund that you're using. And if you are using an E&G account or if you're auxiliary and you don't have any additional revenue to spend, make sure that if you've added budget, you are taking that away from somewhere else. So we may need to reduce our materials and supplies budget in this case to give us that $1,000 to add to food products. If you don't know the number of the account that you'd like to add, you can click this Account/Program Code Lookup feature, and that pulls up the lookup program. Chart of accounts is still you. Our type is account that we're looking for. And under title criteria, you want to enter the most of the title that you know. So for this case, we might be looking for a supplies account, but we're not sure if it's called supply or supplies. So we'll use our wildcard, which in this case is a %, and I'm going to type SUPPL and another % wildcard. This will give us any account code title that contains this text. Now I think there's going to be a lot of supplies accounts, so I'm going to ask for 25 values to return. Once you've entered your data, click Execute Query. And this will give you the list of supplies accounts. If you didn't find what you're looking for, you can go back and enter new criteria, or you can narrow it down maybe with some of these other titles that you'd like to find. So if you were looking for medical supplies, you can write down this number and enter it into the account code entry field back under your SSBD worksheet. If you have an account that is no longer needed in your budget, what you need to do is take that account proposed budget and simply reduce that new proposed budget to 0. So for example, if I wanted to remove the food products account, because there's $1,000 in proposed budget, to reduce that to 0, I'm going to subtract 1,000. Once we've done that, let's click Calculate, and we can see how that change will look in our budget. So on our food products line, our new budget has been changed to 0. So let's go ahead and post or save that change. The changes submitted have been processed. So then scrolling back down to our worksheet, we see food products proposed budget is 0. Now we do still see the food products account code here, but it should not pull into our new fiscal year budget when the budget rolls back into Banner. One other thing I'd like to note is that there is a column here called Delete Record. Please do not use the Delete Record column. To delete an account, simply reduce the proposed budget to 0. Once you've made and posted all of your changes, feel free to exit this page.